Hello again. Another video about triple negative breast cancer, and I have recently started growing hair again since I finished chemo at the end of March. Eyebrows came in first, which was awesome because I felt like I wasn't as sick anymore. Now I've got hair on my head that's not sure which direction it wants to grow. Still got some patches that are thin, but at least I can go out without a hat now that it's summer. It'll be nice and cool. But I wanted to talk about chemo hair loss and regrowth um, because it can be a big deal for some women for a variety of reasons. Some women, their hair is part of their identity, and when they lose it, there's a lot of grief that you have to process through. In my case, my hair fell out after my second chemo treatment. Keeping in mind with triple negative, I was on some major chemicals. Um, I didn't wasn't one of those people that woke up and found a pile of hair on my pillow. I was relaxing in bed after chemo and was running my fingers through my hair, and it just kept coming out. And I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, so I was used to losing some hair, especially after a shower, because the low thyroid, that can be a side effect. So I just kept doing it, figuring at some point it's going to stop, and it didn't. And I had this pile of hair in front of me, and I thought to myself, I'm going to take a shower, wash my hair, get all the loose stuff out, and be done with it. And when I got in the shower, I was washing my hair, and what it did was so much fell out in the shower that it formed a mat all the way across the back of my head. And after my shower, I bawled. I was almost hysterical. And it wasn't because I was had some attachment to my hair. I never felt like my hair was part of my identity. It was just something I had to take care of. And I'm a pretty low maintenance person, so I don't spend a whole lot of time on it. My hair was past my shoulders, so usually I had it tied up. Um, and as I combed it out with a detangling comb, by the time I was done, it looked like I had a large cat laying in my bathroom sink. And what was left was so straggly and thin that I asked my husband just to shave it off. It wasn't worth trying to maintain it. It was all going to fall out at some point anyway. And that was the hardest thing for the two of us to do, was to shave what was left of the hair on my head. And we both cried while we did it. Um, I found out using a clippers or a man's razor or a lady's razor for shaving your legs is painful no matter what you do. There's a company, I'm not affiliated with them, but it was recommended by another lady veteran friend of mine who has alopecia. Um, Freebird sells a razor specifically for shaving your head. And I would have little bits here and there that would try to grow. And it was so painful on my scalp that I would keep my head shaved all through chemotherapy, because it would grow in kind of stiff and the skin was really sensitive. And this Freebird razor is designed for men, but it's designed for the head. And I invested in that, and it made a world of difference. It just made it a lot easier to put lotion on the dry skin. I could lay against a pillow without much pain. But I think there should be rules. If you get cancer, there should be rules on hair loss and hair regrowth. So the first hair I lost was the hair on my legs. Um, No, I take that back. The first hair I lost was the hair on my head. I still had my eyebrows, but I lost the hair on my head. And what bothered me the most is it made me look like I was sick. And for me, the way I grew up, unless you're dying, you're not sick. So for me, illness is weakness. And I didn't want to look sick. I was fighting this battle and I wanted to look like I was strong enough to succeed. And losing my hair, I felt like it made me look like a cancer patient, which is what I was and what I will be the rest of my life. Um, so I lost the hair on my head. And then I shaved my legs for the last time in October for my son's wedding, and it didn't grow back. I lost armpit hair. I lost the hair on my lady parts. Um, the only hair I did not lose, and believe it or not, some of us ladies have hair around our buttholes, and that hung on for dear life. So I never lost that. The last hair I lost was my arm hair, and I had like Sasquatch, Chewbacca hairy arms. And that was the last hair I lost. That's also growing back now. But I think the rule should be that anything a woman normally shaves off should not grow back. It should be the first thing that falls out, and it should never grow back. That's my personal opinion. And the last hair to fall out, if it has to be that way, is the hair on the head. And I wish the eyebrows could just stay, because at least I still felt a little more human having eyebrows. But, it is what it is. But the hair that you keep should be the last hair you lose and the first hair you grow back. And anything else that formerly was shaved or waxed should never grow back. There's no reason for it. But of course, it's growing back, including the Chewbacca arms, which took the briefest vacation from my body. People I know with cancer have told me, "Oh, your hair, it's going to grow back curly." My mom had breast cancer 12 years ago. Hers was HER2 new, so she had the HER2 protein. Not genetic. She didn't have the BRCA genes. And a lot of her hair didn't grow back. So I feel kind of screwed up because I've got all this crappy hair I'm going to have to start shaving again. I just don't think I don't have the energy for that. I don't think that's fair. That shit should never grow back. But my leg hair grew back first. And as far as curly hair goes, the hair on my left leg grew in curly, and the hair on my right leg grew in straight. I'm afraid to look at any other parts of my body because I don't know what the heck it's going to look like. And the hair on my head, about a week ago, I saw a picture of a mother orangutan with her baby. And I think the hair on my head kind of looks like the baby orangutan. They're cute little things, but that's, not the look I'm going for. And I'm afraid people are going to, now I'm at this point, I feel like people are going to look at me and make certain political judgments. Like, I did this hairstyle on purpose to make a liberal or Democrat statement or some other crazy TikTok shit that women shaved their heads bald. I didn't shave my head bald for anybody. I did it for myself because I had cancer. And I've got chemo as an excuse. So it's not a political statement. It's not blue or green or any other freaking color. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was blonde my entire life. I'm 51 years old. And funny thing is, none of the gray hair grew. I have no gray hair. I don't know what the hell color it's going to be. When it first started growing in, I looked like a Dalmatian because I had all these white patches everywhere. Now it's just these sides that are a bit thin and a little bit on the top. And it's thicker than it was before I lost the hair. Uh, so that's a plus because Hashimoto's kind of thins your hair out. But it's growing and thicker. It just hasn't decided, especially on the top, hasn't decided which way it wants to grow. And I don't know. It's too soon to know if it was curly. My mom, when she lost her hair, she was hoping, she had heard the same things I did. She was hoping hers would grow in red and curly because we're Scots Irish. She got neither. She got neither the red nor the curly. Her hair is very fine and stick straight, but her hair did grow in. Um, I'm still waiting to see what happens up here. I just hope it stops looking like a baby orangutan's head. Um, but that's all I wanted to say this time is there should be rules about hair growth and what grows, what comes back, what falls out first. And I still can't figure out why yeah, here's one of my producers. This is Captain. Captain is one of our producers or directors. Say hi. He's a polydactyl, which means he's got extra toe beans. So he's also a spoiled mommy's boy, and he always wants to be the center of attention, and it keeps me warm at night. Too warm. It's not good for hot flashes, that's for sure. So sometimes I have to kick him out of the recliner with me because he and his sister Patty are just little hot boxes. But you say hi? Huh? You could say hi. So yeah, we have two fur babies, two cats. Both are polydactyls, brother and sister. So they both have extra toe beans. We've got a dog, a Catahoula leopard hound, and 12 reptiles because I take them around for education programs and animal therapy because some people are allergic to fur babies. So I've got the bossy, scaly babies. So there's a couple new things. One last thing I wanted to state is if you are a woman who was in the military, when we are 40% higher chance of breast cancer than civilians. So keep feeling up those tatas, get your mammograms, get to know your body and keep checking things out. But if anybody knows how we can make these rules for hair loss and hair growth a solid thing, I don't know, maybe we could get a executive presidential whatever from that guy in the White House. Hey, you never know. He seems to think he can do other things, so maybe I'll write him a note and see if we can get these hair growth things taken care of too. But I'm doing good, and I will be back again with the next video and some more advice and more experience about living with triple negative breast cancer.